We finally have the first row information from EA Sports on both College Football 26 and Madden 26. I am breaking down what you might have missed along with some other information that has come to light now that EA has released the first news on both games. I'll be featuring the trailer throughout this video that they released today, and I'm gonna be honest, I think they nailed it. The first information you need to know is the release date, and we'll be getting College Football 26 on July the 7th for early access and July 10th for the worldwide release of the game. Getting early access is through, as you could imagine, pre-ordering the game. As for the systems you'll be able to play College Football 26 on, it'll be returning to PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X, but you will not be having that game on PC this year. I know that's going to be kind of a big bum out for a good portion of sports fans that have been desperately wanting that game on PC, especially for the people that do mods, but it looks like you have to hold out hope for another year if that's what you want. For Madden 26, it'll go live with early access on August the 11th, and the standard release of the game will hit on August the 14th. Interesting to note here, this game will not be on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Again, there's a good portion of the audience that'll be frustrated by this, but those systems came out 12 years ago, and at some point, EA Sports has to move on for the betterment of the game. Madden looks to come back on PC, but there's also no mention of the Switch 2 here, which is interesting because based on what Andrew Wilson has said previously, I would have to imagine we'll hear more on that at a later date. We don't have any insight as to who the cover guys will be for either game from the trailers, but there's an interesting piece I noticed in the pre-order page. While a lot of the pre-order content is similar between the two games, you'll notice that you have the ability to now get Dynasty Coach points and Road to Glory Coach points in College Football 26, along with Franchise Coach Ability points and Superstar Legendary XP boosts in Madden 26. At first, it seems innocent enough, but my brain immediately went to EA Sports potentially having pay-to-win components in either game. And when Drew, aka Not the Expert, posted about this exact same thing, the College Football Direct Twitter account reached out with the following statement. Hey, Not the Expert, Dynasty Coach points and Road to Glory skill points are not purchasable with real-life currency. You'll obtain them by playing the game, and we'll be sharing more details on CFB 26 soon. And while it's great to see that the currencies are not purchasable with real-life currency, this does complicate things a little bit when you think about online dynasties and how they work. The last thing you'd want is people to get into online dynasties that pre-order the game having an unfair advantage versus people that didn't pre-order the game. So I went and did a little bit of digging, and I spoke to a contact that let me know that we will have the ability to turn off pre-order bonuses for online dynasties. If you remember playing the old NCAA Football 14 title, they had a similar microtransaction system in dynasties that you were able to turn off in online dynasties to maintain integrity ultimately. And we don't know if they're going to have just those exact same things in this game, or if it's simply just dynasty points, Road to Glory points that we're talking about here, but just in case, there is the ability to turn off the pre-order bonuses in online dynasties. Similar to last year though, you're able to pre-order the MVP bundle from EA, which gives you both Madden 26 and College Football 26, and you save a little cash, especially if you have EA Play. If you're watching this before April 29th and you pre-order before that date, you'll also get a 99 overall Travis Hunter in both College Football 25 and Madden 25 in their respective Ultimate Team modes. Pre-orders for Madden 25 and College Football 26 are heavily geared towards Ultimate Team players based on what the items you'll receive are, but it's kind of cool to see them including Road to Glory, Superstar, Dynasty, and Franchise mode in the mix, especially because we can turn off those things for the competitive settings in online dynasties. Now with the trailer that released though, there's a couple of hints at what we can expect to see in both games. A detail that a lot of people seem to miss was the teaser of a new scorebug or scoreboard, depending on what you want to call it. In a very quick clip of the character with his helmet off in a Texas uniform, you see this brand new scoreboard that features the Delaware Blue Hens, one of the two new teams we're expecting to see this year, along with Missouri State being the other one. The scoreboard is a drastic departure from what we had in College Football 25, but you'll notice there's the inclusion of EA Sports over the time remaining in the quarter. The scoreboard is a drastic departure from what we had in College Football 25, but you'll notice that there's an inclusion of EA Sports over the time remaining in the quarter. Now look, I played a lot of College Football 25 and there is no visual reference to EA Sports on the scoreboard. So could this be a hint at seeing multiple scoreboards in College Football 26? It's a feature that's been highly requested over the years from fans, and a Texas versus Delaware game would also likely not be a national broadcast, leading to maybe this being a more generic scoreboard with other types of games featuring maybe a different version with the network's branding being associated with it. Again, this is all hypothetical, we don't know, but that's where my brain goes when I see this scoreboard. The biggest feature though has to be that EA Sports appears to be hinting incredibly strongly towards the inclusion of high school in the Road to Glory mode in College Football 26. In the trailer, EA showcases what appears to be Edgewater High School in Orlando, Florida, using a similar logo And they're an Under Armour school, which Edgewater would be as well, where the character is making a decision between Texas, Alabama, Clemson, and Oregon for his collegiate journey. Now, I don't expect this to just be Edgewater that you could essentially be. It's probably an Easter egg because EA Sports has worked with Edgewater High School a lot in some of their promo material, but it's still cool to see them kind of confirm. And if you were still doubting this in any way, shape, or form, EA very clearly puts "from high school" all over the screen to let fans know that they've obviously heard the calls for the feature to return to the game. It's been frustrating over the years for it to feel like EA hasn't really taken the journey of a player's career serious. Superstar mode in years past has kind of always felt like an afterthought that was maybe a few cool elements, but largely missing out on what makes the journey worthwhile. And with this trailer dropping, seeing EA Sports focus their announcement on these modes gives me hope that, well, this is the year they're going to be heavy on both of these modes. And not only does EA directly address high school, but they touch heavily on the draft, the journey throughout college, and even retirement, which has been heavily neglected in this mode for years. I mean, seriously, retirement up to this point in Madden has solely been, clicking a retire button, and then you get a few generic sentences on your player's career that are the same for everybody else who plays the game. We're seeing glimpses of the 99 Club, which I guess technically was in Madden last year, but interviews and a retirement moment that recognizes the amount of Super Bowls the fictional player won, along with him being the most decorated wide receiver in Commander's history after playing 13 seasons. It closes out with a montage with an older retired version of the receiver, his 5 Super Bowl trophies, and various hardware in the shelf behind him. This is giving me hope, and it has to be meaning to me that EA is giving us both more in Road to Glory and Superstar modes, because if not, this trailer set them up for major backlash from fans who are now expecting a significantly improved experience over both games. Like all of you, I am itching to know more about the specifics behind each game. For College Football 26, though, it looks like we won't have to wait that long. EA Sports noted on their official website for the game that you should make sure to come back in May for the full reveal of College Football 26. Last year, we received a couple of great trailers showcasing the features being broken down by Kirk Herbstreit, along with some general environmental moments of the game, plus great blog posts. And then shortly after, creators, including myself, went live with a ton of impressions of the game after getting hands-on time with it down in Orlando. It honestly feels like a very similar delivery is coming for College Football 26, because if it's not broke, then we don't need to fix it. With so much of a focus on Road to Glory and Superstar, I'm still hoping that we get a large amount of improvements to Dynasty mode and franchise modes. Franchise mode in Madden 25 had great ideas, but the execution came up, well, shorter than any of us could have imagined, if I'm being polite here. I mean, I'm still having nightmares over wide receivers asking for 100 receptions and 20 rush attempts in a season when they're literally on pace for 40 grabs and maybe 1 rush on the year. But seeing EA Sports come out with Road to Glory and Superstar as the flagship modes for their announced trailer gives me hope that there's stronger communication and better collaboration across both of these games. It's apparent that the devs on College Football 25 know how to capture the heart of the football consumer. So if they're listened to more strongly this dev cycle, it maybe gives us a chance to have 2 football titles worth playing and connectivity kind of across the board for both games. The biggest question to me remaining, though, is will we be able to export our draft classes from College Football 26 and then import them into Madden 26? As always, I'll keep you up to date on all the College Football 26 and Madden 26 news. Subscribe if you haven't, because it's free, because if you don't want to miss out on some of these upcoming videos I got, your friends will be telling you about them later. Be safe, be smart, and tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.